everybody, it's Van Time with Chuck and Deb, and today is Marriage Monday. So let's talk a little bit about raising kids, hon. That seems to be quite the challenge.
Yeah.
And just at the outset, why don't you tell them about our two boys and what we think about them?
So we only had two, so take all of our advice with a grain of salt. And they were 2 years apart. And
We're super proud of them.
yeah, now they're adults. They have their own families. Both of them have 3 children of their own. So, which is good because when they come to visit, it reminds us about parenting stuff.
Yeah. So some of the advice that we got early on is that in the beginning, you start with the law and you work your way towards grace. So you just are very directive in the beginning. You're not trying to reason with them. You just bring the law and hold them to it. But as they grow older, you're going to have to transition out of law to grace, and they're going to have to make up their mind for themselves what is the best thing to do. And usually preteens is when you start making that transition, or just a little bit earlier.
Yeah, and what that means is, before that, it's like, if you do this, then this will happen, and the parents are administering the punishment. But when you're transitioning, now it's real life punishment. If you don't turn that assignment in, then you will fail the class. Or if you have a driver's license and go over the speed limit, you have to pay the fine. So life is gonna bring the punishment at that point.
And you got to be on a united front as parents. Chances are one of you is disciplinarian and the other one is full of grace and mercy, which is a great combination. But you really got to bring both to bear as a united front.
So there will be times when you won't be able to come to an agreement on an issue. And what we had decided, knowing that this was going to be the case eventually, when our first child was born, we had made the decision that if we ever could not make a decision, and it wasn't a right or wrong issue, we just didn't know what to do, we would ask the advice of a couple whose children we admired and who we wanted our children to be like, and whatever they said, that's what we would do.
One of the things that we found is discipline's gotta hurt, whether it's corporal discipline or be in their room for a timeout. Timeout's gotta hurt, and so they can't just go in their room and play. So what we say is punish big and reward big. Now, that doesn't mean bruising your kids and abusing them. That's a total no-go. But one of the things we did is we made sure it hurt.
And as they got older, where corporal punishment, at one point Chuck's like, okay, you guys are men, I'm not going to spank you anymore, you're going to get man punishments, which that meant like taking away Nintendo for a period of time, which was super painful. Or raking up leaves in the backyard, which also was super painful.
And it's not just punishing, it's rewarding. You've got to reward big time when they do something right. And you're not always saying no. Sometimes we just say no because that's the easiest thing to do. We need to practice saying yes. And when they come home with that A+ on their report card, you time. You may go broke, but you'll have good kids. So they don't come with an instruction manual. And so you got to get counsel, you got to be in the Word of God, you got to be figuring these things out as you go. And I call it the great experiment. You really don't know how you did until they're about 26.
If they come out well, we get no credit. If they come out terrible, we get no blame.
Because we see parents that are great parents and they got kids that are off the chain. We see parents that are not so great and their kids turn out awesome. So it's all about the grace of God. If you're not praying for your kids daily, you need to do that. You need to be praying for them every day. All right, if this has been helpful, pass it on to your friends. And if you got any questions, put them in the comments below. And until next time, keep making disciples until there's no place left. So, what is the quote from Gone with the Wind?
Well, I think it's like, I don't know nothing about birth and no babies, but
I don't know nothing about birthing no babies.
we say, I don't know nothing about raising no babies.